So as a job, I started in 2013, so three and a half years ago. And when I first got into it, I mean, I loved it when I was 8. And yeah, got more into it when I was sort of late teenager. My father taught me how to take pictures with an SLR. Taught me how to develop film. Taught me how to print. Gave me all his old darkroom equipment when he upgraded. So I set up my own darkroom. So that was in my late teens, early 20s, and but then I was studying psychology and animal behaviour, and that was the route that I took. So photography became very peripheral, and then I didn't take it up again until 2012. It's my photographs are completely about and inspired by what I see. If I'm walking the dogs or walking my children to school or driving somewhere, I'm always looking or always seeing, in a way, I'm always in a way looking as if at a photograph, or sort of interpreting the view as a photograph. And if I don't have my camera on me, which is rare, then I can get kind of very frustrated. And especially at the moment, I'm working on a project actually in this village, to try and capture what goes on in the village, what rural life is about and like in a village, and what people do and what the kind of connections are between people. And so really trying to capture that. So I'll go for a walk, I'll plan vaguely a walk, and I just look out for people, and if I see somebody doing something, I will sort of make my way in that direction and see and judge whether, if I know them, if I don't know them, if I feel I can approach them. A lot of it depends on my mood, as well as obviously assessing the situation. Sometimes you don't want to intrude. And I can't remember what else I was going to say. So just going back to the sort of layers in the community. So I'm interested in not really so much how everyone has come to be here, but how connected the community is, even in 2016. Obviously 100 years ago, everybody knew everybody, and the village was smaller, and there was an enormous amount of enterprise, especially in Ampleforth, because it has never had a landlord like other villages.
Okay.
Because I think it used to be ruled by Byland Abbey, and then when that monastery was dissolved, it became a place where anybody could rent a house, and they didn't have to sort of, be vetted by the landlord. So a lot of, not very savoury types came here, but they could, set up a business and make a living. I mean, there were masses and masses there were joiners, there were farriers, there were ironmongers, there were cartwheel makers, there was everything that you ever needed was in the village. There was a dairy a few doors up here. And so I'm interested in what is still here, and the connections between people, and so I really value those kind of connections that are still here in this village in this day, and I kind of want to capture them, I suppose, as best I can, and I'm interested in how valued they are by other people in the village as well. So the reactions I get to my work is very positive. But I'm interested also in how aware people are of those connections and how much they mean to them. So that's just something that that I notice and sort of listen out for, I suppose.